Well, the key reason that I'm running for city council is because Orem needs to get the job done. By that I mean we have a great asset here in Orem of a fiber optic network. The problem, it only serves 1/3 of the citizens. It serves a little bit more of the businesses, but among the households and the multiple dwelling units in the city, only 1/3 are served. That's not acceptable. I'm running so that we finish the job. Okay, so what are the issues involved in fixing our fiber here in Orem? There's a couple of approaches that we could take. One approach is simply do nothing. Let the system go as it is. The problem with that approach is that every citizen is paying on average about $8 or $9 a month per person over the course of time, and yet 2/3 of our citizens don't have access. We're not getting a dollar's worth of, or a dime's worth of benefit for that $8 or $9 that we're paying. So I don't think that that option really is acceptable. That's the path that the City Council has been on for a number of years because it hasn't been willing to bite the bullet and consider other options. At the Public Works Advisory Commission, we are considering some other options. What are other options? Well, option B, I guess, if option A is do nothing, option B is figure out a way that the city collaboratively can help finance a build for the rest of the city, the other 2/3 remaining. And the Public Works Advisory Commission has put forth a number of models that could get this done for very minimal cost, really just the lighting fee that citizens are paying for their electric lighting. Now there's a couple of details that need to get sorted out to make this work. We have to make sure it's a good deal for the city. That's the key, is making sure that the city has a good deal and not any provider of services. And so that's a second option. I believe there's still a third option, and that is where the city puts out an RFP, a request for proposal, and says, we want you, Mr. or Mrs. Private Sector Company, to come in and build out our open access fiber optic network. We will entertain offers that you will put on the table, and we will make a decision among those offers about who is giving us the best bang for the buck. We know what we want, though. We want this fiber optic open access network throughout the city, and 1/3 of the city having access to it while everyone is paying the cost is simply not acceptable. So that's the main reason I'm running. I'm also running because I want to bring common sense solutions to Orem. We need to manage our growth. We need to do it smartly and wisely. We need to have fair and consistent guidelines for zoning and for variances. We also need to gradually improve the landscape, the streetscape of State Street, and do other things that will improve our quality of life. I haven't had a chance to look at some of the parks and other issues that have come up. I think it's important we make investments, but again, I'm also fiscally conservative. I just don't want to spend money that we don't have. It's important that we as a city make good choices, don't turn over a blank check to anyone, but be prudent in the investments that we make so that everyone has access to the same resources.